Greetings from the Biomechatronic Research Team. Today we will present the development of leg motion intent classifier using brain-computer interface and machine learning. The Biomechatronics members are Kelvin Estrada, Alexandra Cueva, Manuel Umaña, Jose Colón, and me, Luis Rivera, also the leader of the team.
Our research group is centered around solving a problem for people missing lower limb nerve terminations and cannot access robotic prosthetic limbs. This problem affects around 1 million people since 2005. Robotic prosthetic limbs that enable movement through electromyography require those missing nerve terminations. This is why we propose the study of electroencephalographic signals, better known as EEG, to predict lower limb intent of movement.
The main way the problem is looking to be solved is by incorporating devices that read brainwaves of the wearer. It will be done by reading electroencephalographic signals, or EEG signals for short. They will be recorded into a device and later processed into command controls. After the EEG signals are processed into command controls, they will be used to determine lower limb intent of movement for robotic prostheses that will provide physical movement to the user.
The design of the system is based on a classical brain-computer interface system. In this one, we have four main layers. The first layer is the collection of brain signal, a process that we achieve through encephalography. The collected brain signal must be conditioned to remove ambient noise and signal from other parts of the body that are not of interest to our experiment. This processing takes place in the second layer. Then, in the third layer, the extraction of characteristics of signal is carried out where mathematical operations are excluded to find the most informative area for the next layer. Finally, in the fourth layer, the classification is done. This consists of taking the process data and based of previous training, an algorithm determine the type of movement that the patient signal show. The result of classification must be translated in the format in which the equipment that will be used as prosthesis can understand.
The all-in-one EEG electrocap starter kit will be used to record the EEG signals together with the OpenBCI board. This headset has 8 different channels to detect EEG signals and possesses a sampling frequency of 125 Hz. It is used with sintered silver electrodes in order to be able to collect data from people. The information collected by the helmet is sent to the computer wirelessly, and it is visualized using a user interface developed by OpenBCI.
The team has developed a graphical user interface to facilitate the data collection process. In this interface, the researcher will be able to enter relevant information that can help to better classify the intention of movement. The information collected cannot be used to identify a person. A program we call Biospring has been developed, which is responsible for synchronizing the data from the helmet and the knee encoder.
After much literature review, we came to the conclusion that working with EEG signals involves dealing with noise and interferences caused by different reasons like the ocular movement, the muscles, the EEG equipment, the electrodes, the subject's hair, the subject's thoughts, talking, breathing, among other things. So during the data collection process, we want the least amount of noise and interference possible, which is why we decided to use a presentation named Motion Intent Data Collection, which contains graphics such as animations or pictures that will display what we expect the subject to think or do in order to collect the data.
Beside the electroencephalogram signal, we want to obtain the angle of the knee during the leg movement, and that's why we will use a knee encoder. Our knee encoder version 2 consists of a potentiometer attached to a cardboard and connected to Arduino, so we decided to update it and create it in 3D printing in such a way that increases the precision and facilitate the way to place it on the leg. Now we will present the task in which our group is currently working.
Create a basic program that functions to model a response from the signals given by the knee encoder and from the signals after processing them through a machine learning algorithm. It reads files from the knee encoder in CSV format and transforms that information into vectors with the goal of replicating movement of the knee encoder in the program. The program works in similar fashion to the movement of a knee, as it simulates the movement while a person is sitting down on a chair.
This diagram illustrates the data management once it is collected and how the data is collected. The user must enter within the data collection GUI the subject's initials followed by the number of the test. This will use the subject's initials to identify the collected samples and save the created file to the desired directory. This is a screenshot of a test sample data to show the format in which the data is stored when collected from the headset using the data collection graphical user interface. We develop a program capable of removing unwanted noise signals that may be interfering with the desired data to be analyzed and what will be further classified within a machine learning algorithm. This helps us achieve a better signal-to-noise ratio on our desired data.
Working with Unity to be able to test the accuracy of the algorithm and help us determine if the algorithm is working correctly, so that in the implementation of a physical model there are no problems with the algorithm.
3D printing the model generated in Fusion 360 to be able to start collecting data and use it to train the machine learning algorithm.
Researching how to build a machine learning model to predict the intention of motion based on the electroencephalographic signal received. Training the machine learning model with a prosthetic simulation on Unity.
The project consists of creating a universal lower limb prosthesis for 3D printing. First stage is creating the sketch. Second stage is transferring that sketch into a CAD software. A more detailed sketch will include the details of the knee and ankle.
In our future plan include the integration of the work discussed before, the collection of lower limb motion intent data with the EEG electrocap, and the development and evaluation of different classification models for lower limb motion intent. This concludes our presentation.